Welcome to the Go Bowling 355 here at Watkins Glen. We have Caden on pole, Lark second, David third, Rainbow fourth, Rack fifth, and Silent in sixth. 6-car field for the start of the playoffs. 4 playoff cars here. Windows and I believe Monkey are absent from this field, so these guys are going to start things off. Rainbow just missed it last weekend, and Rack making his final Cup Series part-time start for the season. Going to try to make something happen. Stages 1 and 2 are 12 laps a pair, and stage 3 is 28 laps, making this a 52 lap race. So a bit of a long one. Rainbow, again, home track for her. She's never won here. In fact, I think everyone except for David has not won here as of yet. So many looking for their first, for some cases, road course win, first win at this track specifically. And we are good to go. Green flags in the air. Into turn 1. Caden into the bumps already. He's going to lose a bit of time to Lark, who's already out to the early lead. Through onto the S's. Caden, oh man, it really swung out wide into Rack, into Silent. These guys are going to struggle to get back around. Now put them behind the 8 ball fairly early. It's Lark and Rainbow out in front. Big gap between himself and those two, and Rack and David. And then further on back, it's Silent and Caden. Feeling this out did not practice. This dude's tragic got back here. I digress. We'll keep going. Mark's already trying to pull away here. That early mishap from the 86, he lagged, and they kind of set the field up for failure. Separated himself from Silent, who had struggled quite a bit early on to get his car back early again. Starting 6th, right now running 6th. Failed to turn 1. Change I did make was turn 1 with the rumble strips, and that's it. Didn't change much else. Oh, and Rack does a roll. No caution. That could be the reason. Still go to more, dude. I don't know. Let's see. clear out for third right now. It's Rack and Kate really the only real battle up here. Has a considerably worse corner. That's going to merge out right behind Silent, but it has a rough turn. Alright, I think we're going to call it yellow and turn down lap 6. Just so if the cars are tighter, because I spawned one that can be fixed up a little bit. So I'm going to throw the yellow out now. Kind of split the stage in two. Join reds can be also on the other side, so that unintentionally onto Jesus. Alright, and Katie gets by from there. Sure. All right. happens, things are going to continue to be happening. So, here we go. Everyone's everywhere that restart. Red, I think, cleared himself twice. Just like contact in between, but much cleaner restart than we had the restart prior. David out to the lead. Okay, hold on to it. Looks like a big bump from the curbing. Lose a bunch of time in the bus stop. Bumped a little bit out the way. Rack makes a big move to the inside. Here comes Red as well to second. Trying to take the lead away. Rack goes wide. Allow Larkin and Red to catch right back up. Caden takes out the 89. So Rainbow wide. Rack. Oh, Rack was going to lead a lap, and he goes through pit road. Got a little too generous with the wall there. Rainbow, big run on Caden. Now out to lead. For how much longer, he might lose it here. Gonna have a good entry, but his exit's gonna suck. So is Lark's exit. Dave's gonna gain a little bit of time. Not a whole lot, about almost 3 wide for 4th back there. Red wide out into turn 6, heading to turn 7. Lark's going to undercut this 4 and take the lead. Now with 5 to go. Giant drivers in yellow are in the playoffs. Those not in yellow, not in green is the place leader. Again, there's no bump tracks, so y'all gotta be careful on these bumpers. You can't push the way too big. It's not happening here. Go along. Rainbow out wide. Caden hits the 4. The 5 gets some airtime. Oh, get it. Back going. Sonic finds himself as a 3rd. Kind of have to plow Red Knight Fighter 1 to do so. And Silent trying to get underneath David. Couldn't quite do it. Cut David a huge break there. David got the insane speed. Oh, he's gonna miss turn 1. Good God, dude. Magical run I think I've ever seen. Anywho, Silent has found his way up to the 71, and he also has a big run on him. Good Lord, Silent Volcano, what a run! Unbelievable. How he made that work, I don't understand. That was probably one of the best bus stops we've seen all day. He'll take the lead away from Lark. Just about. It's a perfect distance to get turn 7. Now 3 laps to go. Silent in the wall, though. Did not take turn 1 very well. up to third. He's still within striking distance in case something does happen with these two leaders. Silent, huge run on the inside. He couldn't make it stick on the exit. Kind of does still, actually. Lark's clear, but barely. And that will be a side-by-side battle heading into turn 6. Son's going to try to use the momentum to get by him on exit. Can't, but he has the advantage into turn 7. Lark's going to try to undercut him. He does. Into the wall they both go. This one's had smudge. And now David and Red have found themselves still in contention for the stage win. Great turn 1 for Lark. Still a little bit in the bumps. Son's able to get away just okay. Amazing run for Silent. Off the S's. You get a good enough run here. Do the S's in a certain way, you can get a whole lot of speed out of it. It's going to do a little bit of a monster jam moment. Entering the carousel. Lark swings out wide. Sonic's trying to check out. White flag in stage 1. So it'll be a small little reset. These guys won't pit after this stage is over. Lark caught up a whole bunch of time. I mean a whole bunch. Silent again, this one wasn't as egregious, as fast as the last one. But, oh, but he hits the curbing just a little bit too much. Oh, he's gonna flip over. Oh, man. It's white flag in the stage, so no yellow will be thrown. That car will flip back over, but he's gonna lose a lot of time. Just a little too aggressive. Entering the curbing. And ends up biting him. David, though, trying to fight Lark for this stage victory. Lark's gonna send it in here. David had to use the wall. It's not going to be enough for Lark. It's going to be David off the corner, taking the stage victory. Red will take, I believe, third. TV views kind of suck. Holy hell. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Looking for the ready. I need to change my stuff real quick. Alright. Green flag in the air. We're back on the racing stage 2. Right. No pit stops that time. Turn 1. Next two there just fine. Big run for the 4. Hops a little bit. A lot of cars really abusing that those curvings into the bus stop, at least the first part of it. Mark to the inside. Can't make it happen. Oh, good lord. He got wall push out of nowhere. David out to the lead. Good lord, there goes Rainbow. No fault of her own. David right now the leader. You have Silent in second. Going through the bus stop into the carousel. Try to make something happen. Back in third, although ran a bit wide. Caden catching up quickly. Oh, I think Silent also got wall glitch. Card. Oh, him and Silent got wall glitch. Okay. What's going on? That shook up the entire lineup forever. 10 to go on the stage. Red got the bad deal of those almost strips. Clips the 71. Kind of helped him on the entry of the corner. This exit's going to hurt quite a bit, though. Oh my god! That's going to be... Silent's gonna take the lead, I think. Yes, he will. What? What? How did blood? The last corner, well, I can fix that. It's just what happened to Lark. Looking back for the green flag, that was a wild wreck to bring out the caution. Looking for the ready again. And green flag's back underway. This guy's get these guys rolling. Caden goes too low, entering turn 1. That's going to screw up the 71 and the 5. Lark is going to really struggle getting that going. That's 5 million miles lost. That being said, it's the 5100. Oh, Silent really messed up entering the carousel. He's going to have a good sender and an exit. Using the wall, he has to give up his exit just to make the corner, not to go into the boots. It's David versus Silent right now, the top 2. David's trying to send it in, got real excited, he's going to lose a bunch of momentum. Entering turn 1. Better corner. I'd say better corner for David, but Silent got actually off the corner very well. Rack's frozen, so that's not good, although he's good now. Right up to 3rd, Rack 4th, Caden 5th. Michael recovered quite well. Can't say the same for the 71. He's still trying to find his way all the way back up over there. Rough exit. Dave's going to gas her up here. Oh, there goes Rainbow around. David going to clear the 89 machine on the... I was about to say on turn 6. It's a slight bump. Wasn't egregious. So I'm not sure why David's slightly mad at that. Only in the, I think the back stretch is really where it's at. And if, as long as you just stay in the middle of the racetrack, really no reason to hit it. Unless you're cold and lag to hell and back. That's not a knock on non-him though. I mean, lag is lag. It is what it is. Silent really blew the final corner. Oh, never mind. I was going to say David had a shot. At least I don't think he hit the. He didn't hit the pit limiter, so he's going to have some speed. He didn't lose everything. Oh, now he lost everything. Still trying to get that car turned around. God help this guy. Okay, I'll remove the corner in pit road. The entire corner's gone. There's no more pit road. Oh, David and Lark are back together. Look at that. Best buds fighting for 6th place. Well, actually 7th, if I'm being real, but whatever. That being said, Silent continues to lead. He seems to be one of the fastest. I'm not sure if he is the fastest car. He does get off the corners very well. And that's been always a pro for him. say he's the fastest car, maybe top 3 right now. Red's going to make a dive down low. That's going to have a better corner overall. Rack practiced quite a bit, so I'm not too surprised that he's fighting all the way up here. He hasn't really been involved in too many accidents, despite the stage 1 troubles. Red really put it down there to try to get over there, and he got it. 4 to go for Silent. Corner for Red. Sounds been taking it easy. He was slowly catching. I'm not sure. I don't think Sounds really pushing the issue right now. Red's trying to give Rack a bit of chase here. He's got a big run entering the bus stop. What's he do with it? He's going to give Rack a bit of a break, not to kill him, although he's going to kind of botch this carousel entrance, but his Adkins going to be great. Oh, David's down pit road. Coming up on a pretty important lap here. Can't pit with 2 to go, so it's going to be either this lap or next lap. These guys will have to come down pit road. Pit road speed is 70 on the dot, so do not speed. Red marker will tell you if you're speeding, by the way. Red does not speed, nor does Caden. Both those guys are good. Are going to come down pit road along with the 5. Neither of those guys will speed. 4 and 6 will try to get it figured out. You right. Dang, Aura. Silent, going to come down pit road. He doesn't speed or just Rack. Seems to kind of cycle out there. 5, 0, and 71 come out somewhat together, so it might be a fight for whatever position that might be. It might be 5th through 7th, if I were to take a guess. Silent hits the wall just a little bit, misjudged it. Didn't seem to hurt him all too much, but Rack is there. The question is, will Rack let Silent get the stage win, or is he going to try to be selfish and take it for himself? This is team owner versus team driver, by the way, so it could happen. We've seen other things happen, obviously, so we have to essentially, if Silent can hold him off, and if he's just taking it easy, Rack can make the decision to pass. That, and Red's not an awful bit behind. He is behind still, but it could be a whole lot worse. Final corner. Off the corner very well. White flag for Silent Volcano. And again, stage 1, he was leading. Real rough. Exiting the bus stop. Caden asking Red if he's going to slow down for some playoff drivers to get some points. Unclear, if you will. Red says no. Alright. Silent takes a bit of a shallower line here. It's Taking it real easy. Rack's gonna bump the 89 out the way. If he can say he can win a stage, but I'm not sure that's worth it. I was gonna say there might be some retaliation if he went through with that. Either way, Rasan's going to take the stage victory. Rack will take a clean drive for second. Red fourth. Oh my. Oh dear, oh dear. Caden fourth, David fifth. Okay. Some good points for some of these guys. Chicago landed is nuts. Caden finishes fourth in both stages, and David from first to fifth. All right, pit row about to commence. I do like the setup for Watkins Glen, though. I think this is one of my better Watkins Glen setups in recent times. So that's all fine and dandy. I'll do CD again for pit road, and hopefully none of you speed, because that would low-key suck. Looks like no one's going to speed today. Looking good. Coming down pit road. Rough click for the 51. Oh dear. Red Knight Firewood. Dude. Didn't even stand a chance. It'd be 89, 00, 86, 51, 71, 5, and then 4. Last stage is settle it here. It'll be 28, 20 and 24. So 28 laps. So fairly long. Last stage. All right. Looking for the yard once again. Green flag in the final stage of the race. 28 laps to go. Yeah, you heard that right, 28. Oh, good lord. They're all going to get back rolling quickly. Caden's slightly around. He's going to barely not hit the wall. Jesus. No, that's going to make... That's probably the worst thing that could happen for all these guys. It's going to make this super spread out. Oh, and Rack's going to turn the 89. Red hits him. Red to the lead, Rainbow second. Silent's still trying to get that car turned around, and he will. Top three. Not in the playoffs. Just racing for, I suppose you could say, racing for glory. For stats. For bragging rights, I suppose. Some of those few. We suspected that might happen today. And that was a rough restart for all the chasers. Now dot the field, 4th to 7th. Lurk leading the charge. David behind Silent and Caden. Rack making move on Rainbow for second. He will get it. And we're going to try to make the move back. Almost pulled along side by side. 26 laps to go for Red Knight Fighter 1. Into the wall he goes. Oh, Lark gets tripped up by the bumps on turn 1. He's going to pull David closer to him. See, David has a better run than the 71. He does slightly. Going to inch his way towards him. Bust up goes well for the top three for these guys. Also, well, Rack into the wall, entering the carousel. David's entrance of the carousel is going to be kind of messed up, but his mid-quarter and exit's going to be great. Be alongside the 71, entering the second backstretch. Another good run for the 00. Just gotta let him go. There's no really better model than this, so suck it up. You do not want an old Watkins Glen model. It'd be much worse than this. You would not believe the amount of wall glitches. Oh, Rag got so close. The thing is, I don't think y'all should be going that wide entering turn 1. Rubber banding, essentially. So what I will do is either I'm going to tell you to suck it up and get good. The Silent Man said rut row and then died immediately. Nasty one. Either drive better or make turn 1 the easiest corner alive, so it becomes a not passing zone. Which one do you want? okay. David set Rainbow up for failure. Apparently she blocks, according to David. I'm sure, I don't know who see Rainbow concurs with that, or says nah. If I do make them smaller, like, it's not gonna slow down the car, which is why they're there in the first place. I'm not gonna budge on the bumps. I will remove some for next season, some of them, but I'm not removing them entirely or making them small. They're there for a reason. You just can't drive them, that sucks. If I'm gonna be stubborn on something, it's gonna be that. Like, oh, good God. On 2 wheels there. Found his way all the way to second. David takes that position away from him. Right on the final corner. Not bad. Not clear though. Hold on to the lead for now. Wild run for this 51. Has to swing outside last second. And now he's not going to clear the 00 sideways. The bus stop. Red nearly hits the wall. His exit entry is going to suffer because of it. David to the lead. Red gonna try to come back. Back up to third. Silent in the distance in fifth. 22 to go. Red to the inside with this 51. David back in the lead with 21 laps to go. That's basically an eternity here. Rack messes up turn 1. I'll give Lark second. Red will slide into third. Sounds going to sneak up on this 51 for fourth. Still a little ways back, but he has a way forward now at the very least. Can Mark catch up? Battle going on for first, but from third, fourth, and fifth, fun to watch. As the top two continue to kind of play a cat and mouse game. Kind of same for third from fifth. Just a little bit. Now back for the lead. Lark has eventually caught up to David in this 00. David currently has gained about 11 points on Lark today. He's trying to keep it that way. Oh, well, never mind. As I'm talking about this guy. David catching some airtime in turn 1. Mark has a big lead over second, third, and fourth. Good team to go. I was going to say, David had gained 11 points on Mark today. No. He's still here. He's just horrendously in the back. He just pitted. Yeah, pit stops have to happen at some point. Kind of been a stalemate between second, third, and fourth. Well, but up until now, Red gained some distance, but Silent and Iraq in a battle for third. And Red is 2 seconds. Can Red close the gap? Might be able to a little bit off that turn 1 alone. Silent with a rougher turn 1. Rask, it was some time here. Seems like Silent's a little bit worse off in this first section of the track, and then the second section really comes alive. Although, he has a run on Rack on the backstretch. A big break to plow into him. Really could have. Drive himself and the 89 up the racetrack. Hit the wall. Now he's side by side with Silent. Well, not for long. Silent's going to take that position. Rainbow lap car. 7-1's going to get out the way. Oh, good gosh, he's rainbowing the track in a really, really weird spot. Really bad for the 89 machine. Red has seemingly closed the gap. Well, had seemingly closed the gap. Really messed up that corner. Actually, come down pit road. So it wasn't a botch like I thought it was going to be. Where he goes. Hits the wall. Goes around. Rainbow's in front of Rack again. Yellow's okay at this game. Currently at the moment, we have Larks have come down pit by this time. I said it wouldn't click. That's a foot. Oh, good God. did the same thing as Silent. Hit the tire barriers on exit.
Unfortunate.
Silent down pit road. He will not speed.
Oof. Oh my goodness. The 5 car. Interesting.
Rainbow, you cannot tie, bro. The slope is being fun today, guys.
The Bill Zero is green even though no one's in that pit box. Oh my goodness, Lark. That wall glitch opens the door for Silent to come back. We're right there now.
Yeah, he is right there. Wow. Was not expecting that.
That wall glitch really changed that.
Silent is eager to get around the 71, considering Lark has a huge gap between himself and Silent for first place in the point standings.
While Lark goes hopping over the bus stop.
Yeah, but Silent
now he
didn't get a good carousel. Lark did, got a good exit.
Well, the rest of the crew behind them are kind of just like within camera frame of each other, I would say so. Oh, that. David now. Gonna go wide.
Thing is, Silent has been considerably worse than Lark in turn 1. He just cannot get that corner figured out. Everywhere else, though, I feel like within certain points he is better slightly. But he needs to kind of figure out how to do turn 1 more consistently, because it's consistently losing in time. Silent had gained, we'll see, gained 10 points over Lark today. And that won't be the case if Lark were to win this race today. So to win, I think you only gain about, I think maybe 25 more points? 25, 35, something like that.
Yep. So check in the back. Third place kind of brewing up here as Rainbow has caught up to David. Rack hits the wall off of the final turn. But they're all within reach of each other as one mistake will cost one of these drivers. And that's a near miss of the corner again. David right there on the bumper. Really on the bumper.
He is not giving Rack many.
While Rainbow gives him a nudge. They're all within reach of each other for third place.
Confusing quite a little bit here.
You go hopping over the bus stop.
Side by side. Has to run David wide. David's going to try to power through the outside. He's going to be putting the wall a little bit. I'm sure he's not going to appreciate that.
Yeah, you're done Chicago. And as that battle kind of opens the door for Red to come back into the picture as he is kind of within range.
Take the corner way too wide there. Though Rack is wall good, so it doesn't matter.
He falls all the way down to 6th.
That's tough.
As everyone else, Red nearly to the wall.
Well, actually, to 5th. Rainbow is 1 lap down currently.
Huh. Meanwhile, David can see Silent right in front of him, so I don't know what happened.
Silent just hasn't been. I think he wall glitched at some point because he's 8 seconds.
Has to be.
It just hasn't worked out for him.
Very unfortunate. But back to the front over here, the battle for 3rd. All 4 cars right here within reach of each other.
You know, Rack is saying, okay, Crybaby, David is racing Chicagoland in the Busch Series. He can make Rack's life very uncomfortable if he's not careful. David's gonna show his displeasure.
Everyone hits the wall, but David gets the worst of it. He's gonna go backwards. I mean, now they're both in pit row. Okay. Red, meanwhile, takes over third, and excuse me, who's that? Rainbow wall glitches. So out of all that chaos, Red finds himself in third. A bit of a battle, feistiness a little bit by David and Rack here, but a little bit of gap now. About a huge gap, let's say. Not really much out front as Lark is officially crossed the start finish line with 9 laps to go. With Silent about to reach the start finish line now. Near 10-second, that's essentially a 10-second lead.
And the thing is, Silent finally gets a decent turn 1, but the past couple laps he had been going super wide and had been losing in time. I'm sure he lost.
And Rack sends Rainbow into that. Very unfortunate.
I don't think Rainbow's doing any more part-time starts this season. At least I don't think so. I do have to wonder. I would go check real quick, but makes you wonder. Oh, she has Elwood in Vegas.
Viva. As Rack hits the wall, Red hits the wall. Rainbow hits the wall. Everyone taking that corner a little bit too fast on the carousel, but it's working out on sometimes. Silent takes out about 0.4 on that, so a little bit right there.
He's not got a good point. He is not consistent at all in turn 1. Something tells me that I don't think he practiced a lot. He's kind of practiced some, and every season this happens with Silent. Ever since he joined the Cup Series, he kind of has a very mediocre regular season, although this season has been his best regular season by far. Has a mediocre regular season, David is wrong. Mediocre regular season, and then decides to show up in the playoffs, and every time he's done that, he has lost the championship. Lost it to Red, lost it to Monkey, and if things don't try to turn around, he might lose it to Lark or somebody else.
We'll see what happens with the rest of this race. Coming to 7 laps to go as Lark crosses the start-finish line again. That gap is 100% going to grow with that wall glitch off of Silent.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be probably 11 seconds, if I were to guess. 11 or 12. Yep.
Near knocking on 13.
Oh, Silent was a little bit
and
lower
red
that
wall
time.
glitches. Red wall glitches off the corner, the final corner.
I think he'll be fine for the most part. He might have to battle David for third, but...
And David just goes by. And fourth.
Question is, will they have to pit one more time? Matt says probably not, but always a shot.
Assuming that none of them, some clean laps come through, but we'll see what happens as Lark exits the final corner again. Check in with the rest of the crew. Not good corners by Red and David in the bus stop.
I think they both clipped the opening curb entering the bus stop. And that gets the cars real upset and go really wide. Have a really
It is what it is.
Man, Silent's gonna look back on this day, look back on stage 1, think of what could have been. Could have swept the stages. He's definitely gonna need a caution at this point to try to bring himself back into the fray here. Trying to flip something back. But from how spread out the pack is, I'm not sure that's going to be the case.
Well, 5 laps to go. Never say never, but nothing really has been transpiring over here for the past couple laps.
Mark looking for his 5th win of the season. Trying to grow his already big points lead. This is a track that was going to be a big one for these guys to get through. But Lark, surprisingly, has never won here. Believe it or not, never has a single win at Watkins Glen. That could change tonight.
As Red passes David for that 4th spot. Coming to 4 laps to go. The bus stop. David with a much better corner than Red. Gonna bump him, and David's gonna pass on the inside in the carousel and take back the 4th spot. Hit the wall. It's just Red does, and David is gonna kind of widen that gap a little bit. Oof.
As Rack mentioned in chat, is Volcano Motorsports 123. Although Silent is not quite entirely happy about it.
Three laps to go.
Great drive from Lark. I was circling this race for him, especially for one I think he was going to do extremely well in. Though he's been good at the Glen, just hasn't really culminated in a win as of yet.
Oh boy.
They mentioned Chicagoland. Chicagoland's not for a couple weeks. They have Nashville next week, though. Should be a fun race. And after Nashville is Elwood Super Speedway, last Super Speedway of the season. Then Chicagoland, Vegas, Phoenix, and then ending it off at Homestead. Right now, Lark continues to lead. The battle for 4th has still been brewing on between David and Red.
As we come to 2 laps to go.
David nearly messed up there. It worked out for him.
Red putting on the pressure really on.
Couldn't quite hold it on the exit. David's begging to Red to spare him for points.
Well, it has to come quick if that's going to happen. As Lark enters the carousel.
Gosh, they're going to come out. It's going to need to come out very soon. For the sake of any of these guys.
Nearly side by side, but David gets the better exit.
David slightly lower, not as much as it could have been.
Alright, this not going to come out in time. White flag in the air one more time around. Nice for Lark. Looking for his 5th win.
Looking for a career win number, I believe 48. It's nearing a big number, and number 50 could still get it by the time the season's over and can surpass it.
Both drivers hit the wall. There's one more lap for David in red. Who's gonna take home fourth? As Lark is about to exit the carousel.
Turn 6 into turn 7. Lark's going to tame the road course at Watkins Glen for the first time in his career. And he will take the first race of the playoffs in dominating fashion in the final stint of the race. Second place is going to be Silent. Could have been a whole lot more. It's going to end up as a deficit for this 89. Mac will finish third. On stats sheet's gonna be impressed. Well, I think he's gonna still have enough. Maybe he might not have enough time. We'll have to see.
Oh.
No, he will have enough time. He nearly chokes third away. Fourth is gonna be David. Fifth will be
and Red's gonna do it Mater style. Nice. Wow.
I'd say this is a pretty important win for Lark. He hasn't won at this track before yet. I think it's probably a little bit meaningful. We'll interview first. That's it, because I am dying. Actively passing away. Alright, Lark, you had a up and down day, I would say. Did good first stage. Barely, I think lost it to David. Didn't get any stage points in stage 2, unfortunately, and then find yourself leading with over, I believe, about 15 or 14 second lead. How do you put this day into words? He's trying to get his headphones. Help this guy. Surely. Okay. He's having a good time.
Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? This was a race. This was a race. I ain't practiced that much going in. I really didn't. The only time I practiced was like the first time I joined, and then like right before qualifying. But anyways, yeah, I wish I could have battled Silent at the end there. It's unfortunate that he spun after the bus stop. I don't know what happened. I considered slowing down to have some type of battle, but it was a bit too late for that. But yeah, Silent, yeah, Terrible day for stage 1, apparently. That was sad to see. I got second, and then I wrecked at stage 2, and then I got 5th. And then I locked in, apparently. I'd like to thank, I'll find someone, hold on. I'd like to thank David for sponsoring the car. As you can see, he put, you know, all his money into it. Put all his money into this. This is a crazy scheme. I'm so grateful.
You do have one sponsor, technically. It's on the banner.
I'd like to thank Monster Sigma Incorporated for sponsoring me. That was pretty cool. They gave me like a Twix bar. That was awesome.
Was the Twix bar made of computer parts? What's going on here, bro?
Is that what that is?
I don't know, man. Okay. Well, that's it from Watkins Glen. I'm gonna